Good afternoon, Dr. Marmelo and classmates. I'm Cheryl Arbes and I'm going to report Chapter 17, Strategy Review, Evaluation and Control. Strategic Management. Strategic management process results in company decisions that can have significant and long-lasting consequences to the company. The regular, adequate, and timely evaluation of the strategy can alert management to problems before such problems spiral out of control. Evaluations are necessary, especially due to the dynamics of the business, political, social, technological environments. Best formulated and implemented strategies become obsolete as a firm's external and internal environments change. It is essential, therefore, that strategies systematically execute the strategies by following review, evaluation, and control. Strategic review, evaluation, and control is a phase in strategic management in which managers ensure that a strategic choice is implemented properly and is meeting the organization's objectives. This phase involves the following steps. First is determining what to measure. Top-level and operational managers need to identify the implementation processes and results that will be monitored and evaluated. Second, setting of standards. Strategists must establish performance targets, standards, and tolerance limits for organizational objectives, strategy, and implementation plans. Standards can pertain to quantity, quality, cost, and time. Third is measuring actual performance. Measuring actual performance may involve measurements in qualitative and quantitative terms and in terms of time and cost. Managers may accordingly ask for performance reports from their employees. Fourth is comparing actual performance with standards. Actual performance must be objectively compared against predetermined standards. Deviations, if any, must be identified. Fifth is measuring deviations. A comparison of actual and targeted performance may reveal deviations. For instance, if actual sales volume is 10,000 units against a target of 12,000 units, a deviation of 2,000 units exists. If the actual performance is within the desired tolerance range, the evaluation is stopped. Number 6, analyzing deviations. Any deviations observed are reported to higher management who analyze the causes of these deviations. Management may accordingly conduct discussion with functional staff. Last is taking corrective actions. If an organization's actual performance falls outside the desired tolerance range, corrective action must be taken to correct deviations. This may require resetting of goals or objectives or revision of plans, policies, and standards. Corrective steps must be taken at the right time to achieve organizational objectives. Applying the steps in strategic review, evaluation, and control, here is San Juan City's COVID vaccination program. So number 1, number of fully vaccinated individuals will be measured. Second, goal is to vaccinate 85,400 people, which equates to 170,800 shots by end of the year. So they started late March. To reach that goal, the city needs to vaccinate 9,500 individuals per month, which will need 19,000 shots. As of July 4 this year, the city has recorded 18,200 fully vaccinated individuals, equivalent to 36,400 shots for the period of 3 months. If we compute for the standard for 3 months, that will result to 28,500 should be fully vaccinated individuals. This number, as compared to the actual performance, yielded a 10,300 or 36% lag behind the standard. Analyzing the deviations, the government has reasoned out that slow vaccine arrival and high hesitancy rate are among the causes of the performance deficiency. As corrective actions, the city government has conducted more intensive campaigns, longer vaccination hours in centers, opening more vaccination centers, and cooperation with homeowners associations. Rumelt's criteria for evaluating strategies. It is impossible to demonstrate conclusively that a particular strategy is optimal, but it can be evaluated for critical flaws. Here are four criteria to use in evaluating a strategy: consistency, feasibility, consonance, advantage. Consistency, so a strategy should not present inconsistent goals and policies. Are the external strategies consistent with or supported by various internal aspects of the organization? So these guidelines help determine if organizational problems are due to inconsistency. First is if managerial problems continue despite changes in personnel and if tend to be issue-based rather than people-based. Second, if success for one organizational department means failure for another department. Third is if policy problems and issues continue to be brought to the top for resolution. Next is feasibility. Strategy is reasonable in terms of organization's resources. Is the strategy reasonable in terms of the organization's resources as to physical resource, human resource, or financial resource? Third is consonance. Consonance refers to the need for strategies to examine set of trends, as well as individual trends in evaluating strategies. Adaptive response to external environment. Trends are results of interactions among other trends. Advantage. Does the strategy create and or maintain a competitive advantage as to the resource, skill, or position? Basically, this four, consistency and feasibility, are largely based on internal assessment, while consonance and advantage are mostly based on a firm's external assessment. An important strategy evaluation activity is measuring organizational performance. This activity includes comparing expected results to actual results, investigating deviations from plans, evaluating individual performance, and examining progress being made toward meeting stated objectives. Please note that both long-term and annual objectives are commonly used in this process. There are two criteria for strategy evaluation: qualitative and quantitative. In evaluating the organization's strategy based on qualitative criteria, one should ask the following. Is the strategy internally consistent? Is the strategy consistent with the environment? Is the strategy appropriate in view of available resources? Does the strategy involve an acceptable degree of risk? Does the strategy have an appropriate time framework? And last, is the strategy workable? Quantitative criteria. Commonly used to evaluate strategies are financial ratios, which strategies use to make three critical comparisons: comparing the firm's performance over different time periods, comparing the firm's performance to competitors, comparing firm's performance to industry averages. So key financial ratios for measuring organizational performance are the following: return on investment or the ROI, return on equity or ROE, profit margin, market share, debt to equity, earnings per share, sales growth, and asset growth. Strategy evaluation must meet several basic requirements to be effective. 1. Strategy evaluation activities must be economical. Too much information can be just as bad as too little information. Second is strategy evaluation activities should be also meaningful. They should specifically relate to a firm's objectives. Third is strategy evaluation activities should provide timely information. On occasion and in some areas, managers may need information daily. Last is strategy evaluation should be designed to provide a true picture of what is happening. Please note that there is more than one ideal strategy evaluation system. The unique characteristics of an organization, including its size, management style, problems, purpose, and strengths, can determine a strategy evaluation and control system's final design. Key questions to address in evaluating strategies. Basically, monitoring your SWOT, your strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Are strengths still strengths? Have we added additional strengths? Are weaknesses still weaknesses? Have we developed new weaknesses? Are opportunities still opportunities? Have new opportunities developed? Are threats still threats? Are there new threats that have emerged? Strategy Evaluation Assessment Matrix. First column, have major changes occurred in the firm's internal strategic position? It's answerable by yes or no. Second column, have major changes occurred in the firm's external strategic position? So again, answerable by yes or no. Third column, has the firm progressed satisfactorily toward achieving its stated objectives? Yes or no. Then last is result. Whether take corrective actions or continue on present strategic course. A simple analysis of this is when the answer is all no, then take corrective actions. In the same manner that if the answer is all yes, still take corrective actions. However, in the last row, the answer is no, major changes both in internal and external strategic positions, and the firm has progressed satisfactorily toward achieving its stated objectives, then the firm should continue on with the present strategic course. Here are examples of corrective actions possibly needed to correct unfavorable variances. Alter firm structure, replace one or more key individuals, divest a division, add or terminate salespersons, employees, or managers. They may also alter the firm's vision and or mission, revise objectives. Next is they may alter strategies and devise new policies. As to incentives, they can also install new performance incentives. And as to the capital, they may raise capital with stock or debt. And last is they may allocate resources differently and outsource business functions. Contingency planning. Contingency plans can be defined as alternative plans that can be put into effect if certain key events do not occur as expected. Contingency planning takes into account both beneficial and unfavorable events. Some contingency plans commonly established by firms include the following. If a major competitor withdraws from particular markets as intelligence reports indicate, what action should our firm take? If our sales objectives are not reached, what actions should our firm take to avoid profit losses? If demand for our new product exceeds plans, what actions should our firm take to meet the higher demand? If certain disasters occur, such as loss of computer capabilities, a hostile takeover attempt, loss of patent protection, or destruction of manufacturing facilities because of earthquakes, etc., what actions should our firm take? Auditing. It is a systematic process of objectively obtaining and evaluating evidence regarding assertions about economic actions based on strategic plans and events to ascertain the degree of correspondence between these assertions and established criteria and communicating the results to interested users. For an increasing number of firms, overseeing environmental affairs is no longer a technical function performed by specialists. It has become an important strategic management concern. In the environmental audit, it should be as rigorous as a financial audit. Please note that some firms are also introducing environmental criteria and objectives in their performance appraisal and instruments and systems. Even the best strategies can fail. So the ever-growing complexity in the different environments, the increasing difficulty in predicting the future with accuracy, also increasing number of connecting variables, plans can become obsolete quickly, and globalization. Globalization is the practice of conducting business according to both local and global considerations. For example, cars sold worldwide, but they are adjusted to meet local criteria like what side the steering wheel is located. That is the end of my report. Thank you.